Hello everyone, welcome to my channel and today we are going to learn about perceptual constancies and we are also going to study about the types of perceptual constancy. Let us start the video. Perceptual constancy, what does this mean? So it is our brain's ability to perceive objects as unchanging. If you are familiar with any person, you know about their height, right? So when you click a photo, the person may look taller and sometimes they look shorter. But does that change their height in real? Definitely not. So what does this perceptual constancy means? It means maintaining their same size, shape, color, and brightness even when the sensory information, that is raw data, hitting our eye changes. That means though this person looks shorter in this picture or taller in this picture, when we know their reality, these differences in sensory information does not change our perception about that person. So essentially, it is the mental autocorrect that keeps our world feeling stable. There are four types of constancy. Number one, it is the size constancy. Let us know through the figure. So when you see the aeroplane for the first time in the airport, you know its structure, right? But you have seen frequently that aeroplane above the sky many times, but it is very smaller in the size. So what is its actual size? So what happens is about the brain constancy. The brain perceives object as having a fixed size regardless of how far away it is. As an object moves further away, the image it catches in our retina gets smaller. But what our brain does here, it uses distant cues to scale up the image so they don't think the object is actually shrinking. For example, when we watch a plane take off, it eventually looks a tiny speck in a sky, but that doesn't mean that the plane has become toy, right? Our brain knows it is still a massive. So this is about the size constancy. Next type is shape constancy. So we perceive familiar objects having a constant shape even when our viewing angle changes. The physical projection of a shape onto our eyes changes with every tilt of our head, but our perception remains stable. Now look at this door. When you look at this door, this appears rectangle to you, right? But when you open it, its shape becomes trapezoid. But still, what you perceive a rectangle door. So, for example, a rectangular door looks like a rectangle when it is closed, but when it swings open, it is actually casting a trapezoid shape in our retina. But what our brain does, it corrects the shape of the door and act as the rectangle door for our perception. Next type is color constancy. So the ability to perceive an object as same color even if the lighting changes, it is known as the color constancy. Because of the wavelength of light reflecting off an object varies depending on whether you are under a blue sky or a yellow light bulb or in a dark room. You know it because of the wavelength of light. So now look at the example. When we take a red apple from a sunny kitchen into a dimly lit basement, it still looks red to us. Why? Because our brain subtracts the tint of ambient light to find the object's true color. Look at the figure as well. We have taken this apple from the sunny kitchen, then we went to dim basement where light is very low. Still, we perceive it as the red color. We don't perceive it as other color, other dark color or maroon color. Next type is brightness constancy. So we perceive as Any object having a constant level of brightness even when the amount of light reflecting off it changes, because it depends on the relative luminance. So what is relative luminance? Though the object is bright, how much bright it is, it looks compared to its surrounding. For example, look at this white sheet of a paper in a dark room may actually reflect less light than a piece of black coal in a bright sunlight. However, we still see the paper as bright and the coal as dark because of their context. So, in a very less light, you take a white sheet, you see it as a bright, but go in a sunlight and look to the coal, it is still appears black to you. Why? Because of their context. So there are altogether four constancy, that is size, shape, color, and brightness constancy. So, what are the difference in this constancy? What stays same and what actually changes? When we talk about the size constancy, the dimension of the object stays same, but the retinal image size differs because of the distance. When we look at the shape constancy, the geometric form is same, but the viewing angle, that is our perspective, changes. In the color constancy, the hue or the color of the object remains same, but what changes? The lighting condition, that is wavelength, changes. Next is brightness constancy, that is the shade remains same, but the amount of light reflected remains unchanged. So why does this matter? Why does perceptual constancy matter? Because of the recognition, navigation, and stability. Recognition, in a sense, it allows us to identify tools, people, and hazard in varied environments. Why navigation? Because it helps us to judge instances and move through the space without being confused by shifting perspective. Why stability? Because it prevents the world from looking like a chaotic or morphing movie. So, perceptual constancy really matters. So, this world does not look like buzzing world for us, not a chaotic world. Thank you so much for watching this video. For references, you can go through these following books. Thank you so much. If you like this video, you can like this video, and if you like this channel, please subscribe to the channel and share to the channel. Thank you so much.